giving you the information you need. This is Inside the News. Here's Guy, Ben, and Frank.
Welcome back to our last segment of Inside the News. Glad to have you with us, Frank Vernuccio. You can find him at usagulfpolicy.com. You can find Ben Brunson at benbrunson.com and amazon.com. Welcome back to the program, Frank.
Great to be with you.
Welcome back, Ben.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
All right. On our last segment each week, we devote that to the hot button topics. Ben, yours.
Well, look, a lot of this Russia narrative that you see from the left-stream media seems to be predicated on the view that this is new and different for the Russians to want to interfere in U.S. politics. And the fact of the matter is that ever since the Russian Revolution in 1917, the Communist Revolution, the Russians have engaged in a systemic and ever-growing disinformation campaign in the United States designed to undermine and weaken the United States. There is a great book which I recommend to anyone. It's called Stalin's Apologists. It's about the life and times of Walter Duranty, who was the New York Times correspondent in Moscow in the mid-30s, covering Joseph Stalin and his administration, and the incredible cover-ups. Even though he was very aware of the death of millions of Russians, he was aware of the Holodomor, the starvation of millions of Ukrainians. He was aware of the increasing imprisonment and torture of Russians. He covered all this up because, like millions of Americans in the heart of the Depression, he had communist sympathies. And you should read it. It's a great read. It gives you an idea of the degree to which disinformation has impacted the United States. We know that the Russians and the KGB during the 60s was very much engaged in trying to enrage racial tension in this country and anti-Semitic tension in this country by fabricating letters and incidents which were reported all of the time. So this is a long history, and it should not come as any surprise to anyone that the Russians were attempting to influence this latest election and are continuing to stir the pot.
Okay, Frank, your hot button topic for today.
On June 28th, the Presidential Advisory Commission on Election Integrity sent a letter to states, mostly to secretaries of state in the various states, to provide just publicly available data on their election processes and registrations, things of that sort. A number of states have refused to comply, and we have to ask, what are they hiding? Indeed, if this information is not privileged, if this information is public information for the most part, why are secretaries of state refusing to cooperate with the Federal Election Integrity Commission? And the answer, unfortunately, is blunt and real. It's the fact that in many states, particularly in blue states, fraud in registration, double registrations, illegal alien voting has become commonplace. We saw this in numerous states during the 2016 election. We saw illegal immigrants voting in California and many other places. This goes to the heart of the integrity of the American electoral system. The fact that secretaries of state and governors of blue states are refusing to comply tells you everything you need to know about the lack of integrity in so much of our body politic, particularly in blue states.
Another great program, and thank you so much, Frank, and for being part of the program.
Great being with you both.
And Ben, thank you.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Guy, and thank you to our listeners.
Absolutely. And we want to invite you to go to itnradio.com, and that's our website, or go to YouTube and look for WBV Inside the News, and you can watch or get some of the past programs right there. This is Inside the News. We'll be back again next week.
You're listening to Wayman, Brunson, and Vernuccio, Inside the News.